So I just read this article from The Drive and how Dodge could be exploring the future of SRT Hurricane inline six Chargers, and that using a Hemi V8 may be way more complicated than we originally thought, and just turning up the boost is a lot easier when using everyone's not so favorite Hurricane engine. So the question is, will we see a Charger Hellcat or an even more powerful inline six Hurricane car that weighs almost 5,000 pounds? Well, what if I told you when I look at the inline six versus V8 engine debate, especially with other OEMs, what they have in production, that answer becomes painfully obvious. So let me just tell you in this video why now and forever that V8s will always be king over inline engines. Okay, more 55,000 friends, let's get right into this video because I read this article, like I said, from The Drive, and they were basically at the exact same event I was with Dodge, with TK's Garage, OC Motivator, and we all basically had the same access, talking to some of the engineers and talking to Dodge CEO Matt McAleer, who was all up in Vermont testing the winter capability of the actual Dodge Charger. And I get the main point of this particular article, that a ton of money has been sunk into this whole inline six revolution by Stellantis and Dodge and Ram and Jeep and Chrysler. But I know they're going to try to make this particular engine work in a more powerful vehicle, and that I know from talking to you guys in other videos that they're going to make more powerful versions of the inline six engines, and they're trying to get the masses excited about this particular engine. So you basically have the exact same company known for decadence over the last couple of decades of having the most legendary and most memorable V8 engines, and then in 2024 they went cold turkey, got rid of their beloved V8 out of most of their vehicles, and sales came crashing down to the point where the idiot CEO was fired, the godfather of the Hellcat platform was rehired, and now the company's putting V8s, the same old V8s is like 10, 15, 20 years old in some cases, back into the vehicles, and now sales are getting back on track, with Ram having a big giant boost in 1 year just because of an old 5.7 Hemi. The V8 is important, the V8 is symbolic, and for some reason these handful of inline six enthusiasts, they keep saying the same thing on social media, that with tuning, the inline six can have a lot more power, blah, 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 blah. But my thing is, I can respond to doing the exact same thing. You know, with tuning, a Hemi V8 or a V8 in general can get a lot more power than that inline six can, and more reliably. And let's just say it'll have a warranty with it, right? Because if you look at it right now, like I'll be a fair and be objective. For somebody say that I'm an archaic person and stuff, and I just want these old engines, and that I don't have an open mind for like 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders. Let's look right now. Let's take an objective pulse and let's just see the market right now, right? I mean, who right now is selling in a production vehicle an over 700 plus horsepower inline six SUV that doesn't have electric assist to artificially build those numbers up, right? You know, the last time I checked, the only vehicle right now that have over 700 horsepower in an SUV, that's pretty much a Durango Hellcat, right? So I'm just saying, let's say for a car, right? Who's selling 1,000 horsepower inline six cars that could go down a drag strip and maybe have like Mickey Thompson's as a factory option as the tires? You know what? You know, it kind of slipped my mind again that that was in fact the Demon 170 and stuff, right? I mean, I can go on and on and on, but who from a single factory is going to put a warranty on an inline six engine that has a ton of power? We've been, what, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. No one has put a warranty on an inline six or inline four engine that has a ton of power behind it, right? Not Nissan, not Toyota, not everybody's favorite little BMW company or something. Nobody. The most powerful cars in the world, an inline six engine can't even crack the top 40 of them. Barely the top 50 with some of these cars, right? Which these cars, again, like I said, the most powerful cars in the world are not inline sixes, and they have factory warranties, and you can't even get a inline six engine to touch 600 horsepower with a factory warranty behind it, right? I mean, us V8 guys, we've had 700 horsepower and a factory warranty for what, 2015? So you talking about what, 11 years with 700 horsepower? I mean, hell, I got a 1,000 horsepower car in the driveway right there, got a factory warranty. So I'm just saying, like, the inline sixes with all this little nonsense people keep talking about, they're so advanced, they're so efficient, they're so great. No one's gonna put a warranty behind those cars, right? No one. Zero manufacturers. Someone in the comment section show me one vehicle that with all just gas motor, an inline six make over 600 horsepower. Show me one car. They got the factory warranty. I'll wait. But inline sixes, they do have their place in the market. I think inline six engines, four, whichever size it's going to be, I think they're great for middle tier and lower cars. They definitely make a lot of power for the size of engine that they are, but they can't get over to a certain point that OEMs feel comfortable with actually putting a warranty on those particular engines. I mean, the numbers don't lie. I mean, I just showed you guys a list of like 40, 50 cars, the most powerful cars in the world, and 0 of them have inline six engines in there, right? So they're either V12s, V10s, V8s, V6s. Porsche got a couple of flat inline, not flat plane engines, whatever you want to call them craps. So I mean, none of them was like little inline sixes, inline fours. I think BMW got the most powerful one, and that was like number 38, 39 on the list. So that's a ton of cars that's like, and these are just production cars right now. We ain't talking like a year or two ago when they were still Demon 170s and stuff, right? So I'm just saying, I mean, deep down, some of these guys these inline enthusiasts, the guys like tuner cars and stuff, they just want to admit it, but they know deep down that V8s, V10s, V12s, those are the better engines and stuff. But I mean, we all know that too. The OEMs know that as well. They just know that a lot of times the government doesn't like those particular big engines. And sometimes guys who can't necessarily afford like Hellcats and Red Eyes, Super Stocks, and these $100,000 cars, they had back in the day like Hondas and Mitsubishis and stuff. They had those small little 4-banger engines. So I get it, trust me. I had plenty of friends that scared the crap out of me with those engines and stuff. But let's just say those cars did not last a long period of time with all that power in that engine. And when something went poop, they didn't go to the dealership to go get it swapped out and stuff. So I'm just saying. But I mean, we all just know that if it's gonna be a high horsepower car, it's gonna be some kind of V8 or V10 or V12 or V6 in that particular car. Even the legendary Nissan GTR, that ain't no inline six engine in there. So I'm just saying. But like, even if I play devil's advocate again and say that I love the inline six engine, especially the one that's in the Dodge Charger 6-pack, I mean, it's pretty impressive. 550 horsepower is really nothing to season that at a 3-liter engine. But let's just say I do love inline sixes, because I did say a couple weeks ago that engine is definitely impressive in that Charger. The Charger is pretty fast, but it's kind of like, it's fast, but it cheats at being fast, because a Red Eye, for example, that it could beat, going to 0 to 60 and stuff. Well, Red Eye is rear-wheel drive. This new 6-pack Charger with an inline six is all-wheel drive. You put all-wheel drive in that Red Eye ain't, that inline six 6-pack Charger ain't gonna be sniffing a Red Eye. So I'm just saying, when you compare these cars apples to apples and make them both fair on a level playing field, those inline sixes can't compete with V8s. So, but I mean, the other thing that's a problem with these inline six engines, particularly the Hurricane engines inside of these Dodge vehicles, is one thing I've been saying to you guys for the last, 3-4 years. The one thing that I keep telling you guys that Dodge is allergic to, right? So, I mean, if we go look up the most legendary 4 and 6-cylinder engines, you'll notice one thing that all these cars have in common. And these are some of the most legendary inline 4 and 6 engine cars from the last 40 something years, right? They're all like basically the greatest hits of my youth, because a lot of these cars I rode in when I was a kid and I was absolutely terrified. You got Lancers, Celicas, Supras. I rode a Skyline once. I mean, what do they all have in common on this list? I mean, the last time I checked, that list basically says that all these cars are under 4,000 pounds. This new Dodge Charger 6-pack Scat Pack is 4,800 pounds, almost 1,000 pounds heavier than some of these other cars. And then compared to a Supra back in the day, the 6-pack is like 1,500 pounds heavier than a Supra. I mean, it's just crazy to think that we're gonna basically put this lightweight engine in a heavy car and be like, oh, well, if we turn the power up more, oh, it's gonna be so much more impressive. Hell, you go drop a Hemi in it right now, a Hellcat in there, I guarantee it'll smoke a Hurricane and be a lot more safer, a lot more reliable. I mean, we've been dealing with Hellcats for 11 years. I'm pretty sure guys have these engines pretty well dialed in, that they can go do this, do that, bam, they're at 1,000 horsepower easily. Can't necessarily do that with these little 6-bangers and stuff. So I'm just saying, now, if this new Charger was like 4,000 pounds, all-wheel drive, and had this Hurricane engine in there, I think this car would be stupid, ridiculously fast. But it is not. It needs a V8. That inline 6 engine just cannot provide enough power to make it very competitive against some of these way faster cars. And I don't see Dodge putting a factory warranty on an 800-900 horsepower inline 6 Dodge Charger with a 3-liter Hurricane. I just don't see it happening. I mean, that all-wheel drive Charger, if you say, for example, they already got a ready-made Demon 170 engine right there that the recognition sells, 1,025 horsepower and E85 and stuff, right? You put my Demon 170 engine in that 5,000 pound Charger and stuff, you already have, without really any tuning and all this crap, literally one of the fastest Dodge street cars ever produced in history, right? I mean, a 5,000 pound, 1,000 horsepower Demon 170 power Charger with all-wheel drive, man, that car is gonna smoke and embarrass a lot of stuff, right? I had AI do some estimates, and it's saying that the regular 01, not the 01X, and the Mustang GTD, it can basically hang with a 0 to 60 of those particular cars, and it weighs like 1,000 pounds more, right? So while this article claims that a Hemi powered Charger would be harder to do than a Hurricane SRT Charger, which since they already got a Hurricane in the car, the work has already been done to put a Hemi inside the Charger, right? Dodge has already put a V8 in a drag pack version of the Dodge Charger. And they said that, well, you know, a few years ago, we're gonna make this new drag pack a Hurricane powered drag pack that's gonna have over 1,000 horsepower. And for some odd reason, it couldn't be done in a off-road only vehicle. So if Dodge could make a 1,000 horsepower off-road only or track only version of a Dodge Charger, what makes you think they're gonna make a production car version of that same car? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, facts don't care about your feelings, right? I mean, there's literally no question in my mind, based on what they already have available compared to them trying to engineer something that they couldn't engineer in a track-only version of the Charger. I am 100% convinced we will see a Hellcat-powered Charger. It's only a matter of time. Inline 6s just cannot make the power that these 5,000 pound Chargers need to get up to speed fast enough and be to the point where people just gotta have it, right? I mean, I showed you guys no OEM in the history of the world has put a factory back warranty on a high horsepower inline 6 car compared to the V8s. You got guys making almost 2,000 horsepower in a V8 and has a factory warranty on it, right? So I'm just saying, you can get 1,000 horsepower warranty V8 car, but can't even get a 600 horsepower warranted inline 6 car, right? I mean, you got these Hurricane RHOs, you got these freaking Dodge Charger 6-packs coming around, and these are the most highest power inline 6 cars in the industry, and they can't sniff 700 horsepower with a warranty, right? I mean, I'm just saying. But I mean, I told you guys a while ago that I heard Dodge was working on a 700 plus horsepower Hurricane version of the engine, but word around the campfire that those engines was going pop goes the weasel, and that they were potentially had to switch over to like an iron block version of those particular Hurricanes in order to make those engines survive. So I'm just saying, Dodge doesn't need to go and reinvent the wheel and make a more powerful Hurricane engine. They just need to go the opposite way and make a lighter vehicle to put those engines in. There's nothing wrong with the Hurricane making 550 horsepower. I mean, it's a lot easier to me, honestly, to engineer a car to be less weight than it is to engineer an engine that's already at its maximum potential for more power and then be scared to put a warranty on it, right? I think it's a lot easier to do that, right? So I mean, honestly, Dodge needs to make a mid-size or a smaller sports car that weighs lower towards the, let's say, 3,000 pound mark, 3 to 4,000 pounds. And then I think they will have a monster on their hands, right? I mean, knowing them, if they make a smaller car, it'll probably be at 4,000 or a little bit over it, because as I've been joking over the last few years, that Dodge is allergic to making a vehicle that's lightweight outside of the Dodge Viper. So, I mean, I would love to basically, you know, I need to make a shirt that says my Dodge Charger, or like my Dodge car is as fat as I am, or some crap like that, right? Because they just can't make lightweight cars, right? So, I mean, the Chargers and the Hemis, that is a symbolic name that goes on for like the last 60 plus years. They go hand in hand. I mean, especially when said Charger weighs about the same weight as like I looked this to in AI. Hey, look, what other vehicles weighed around the same amount of weight as a Dodge Charger 6-pack Scat Pack? It said a Silverado 1500, a F-150, a BMW X5, a Porsche Cayenne, a Mercedes-Benz GLE, a Grand Cherokee, a Q7, a Defender, I think a Tundra, and I want to say the Model S Plaid that just got discontinued. So all those vehicles I named are either trucks, SUVs, or electric vehicles. Not a single one of them was a car. So that just shows you how heavy this car is, and that Dodge needs to go and make a smaller vehicle to put that engine in to make it better. It's harder to engineer this particular engine when they had we've been hearing rumblings of this inline six engine for 10, 15 years, and they still couldn't crack 7 horsepower out of that engine, right? So I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. But the Dodge Charger needs a Hellcat, and Dodge, at the end of the day, they need a smaller car. I mean, I don't care if it's an Avenger, a Neon. I mean, that Hurricane name, I'll actually put that on a car people actually like this time, and not some little tiny crossover SUV. I mean, I've heard they were going to use the Duster name at one point in time for someone who works in Dodge. I mean, they just need a car that weighs under 4,000 pounds, all-wheel drive, and put that 550 horsepower Hurricane engine in there, and they'll have like a little bottle rocket that'll run circles around a lot of cars. That's just me. But that's another story for another video. But what do you guys think? Will we see an SRT Hurricane power charger or SRT Hellcat power charger with a ton of horsepower, all-wheel drive, and will probably smoke the living daylights out of a lot of cars, right? Would Dodge finally make a brand new car that goes on a diet and be under 4,000 pounds? Or are you going to basically leave me a goofy comment crying that inline sixes are the bee's knees, even though you have no proof? Because I just showed you guys a giant chart of all these OEMs using 0 inline sixes, right? Even BMW, all their inline sixes, their top dog engines are like a V8. So I'm just saying, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. And until the next time, I am out.